I missed this music, man. I really did. Welcome to Crypto Cafe, everybody. My name is Fabrocas. Today we have a very, very special guest. But before I introduce him, let me give a warm welcome to Malman, Kiko, and Rikles, the usual suspects. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
We
Yo,
are
yo.
very good on this weekend.
Very good. Yeah, today we're recording on a Saturday. It's different than usual, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy it a lot. So without further ado, let me introduce Nima. Welcome, Nima. Welcome to Crypto Cafe, the best crypto podcast in Portugal. You're a legend, by the way, over here. I'm a big fan of you and of your work, of course. And yeah, I'm super excited that we got to have you here to talk about your experience in crypto, your path since the beginning, etc. And about yourself, of course. So yeah, who's Nima, man, and how are you
Thank
doing,
you
man?
so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm sure that you guys are the best and doing great in Portugal, and this probably is the best
It is.
podcast in Portugal. However, I wanted to thank you all. It's been a crazy journey since then I released this paper, and just let me share about my past
Of course.
for those who knows and who for those who doesn't.
Hmm.
So my name is Nima Bagheri. I'm a cybersecurity expert. I'm doing this about for 20, 21 years now.
Hmm.
And I came out as a independent cybersecurity expert, and I was working with the team at rootkit.com before get hacked. So I was one of those guys who uh, released the security uh, tools. I made a tool called Chaz Network Security Scanner, which was available and for free, and it was source code free for those who wants to scan. So I really into cybersecurity, and I started my own company, With Security. One of the we were designing anti-malware technology called MPS technology, which is catching a malware. So my whole life is all about catching malware and catching
When was that, Nima? Sorry to interrupt. When was that? How long ago?
from 2006
Right.
until 2011. And then in 2012, I moved to the United States. So I started
Okay.
working for Dell Cybersecurity as a senior cybersecurity engineer. Again, it's all cybersecurity. So
Okay. It's your
and
field,
then
basically. Yeah.
yeah, and then had one of my jobs when I was one of my researches and papers is that the software that I designed, the anti-malware that I designed is catch Stuxnet, the very well
Mm.
known
Yeah,
security
that was a crazy
yeah,
one.
the
Nine,
malware that
nine,
is yeah.
90 days, was it?
Yes, yeah, has a 0 days, seven
Yeah, yeah.
zero days,
Seven, seven,
has
seven. Yeah,
7 0 days. Kiko, by the way, we're not seeing your video.
yeah. We're live, man.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't.
I cannot
Yeah,
try and keep some
Oh, okay, good.
privacy.
he's a
So
privacy guy. Nobody
yeah,
knows
the
how he
privacy
looks.
guy. Huh? Sounds
He's
good.
very
I
private.
had such an honor to see him live, huh?
You did, you did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Hey,
very one of the lucky guys, Nima. One of
I'll
the
have
lucky
to
guys.
kill you now, man. I'll
excellent,
have to kill you now.
excellent. So this is about me, and then
But let me ask you, why did you like? What drove you into Bitcoin and crypto in general, like to the field? What did you like was it like a bit about being a sound money, decentralization, all that?
yeah.
I bet it was something like I
Number go
can
up.
no one can make something that you cannot copy online, right? I bet that's
Mm,
what threw you in, no?
Uh, I was actually pro Bitcoin, pro cryptocurrency. Let's just put it that way.
mhm.
Pro Bitcoin, pro cryptocurrency. I got into Bitcoin in early 2013. So
Okay.
I'm just one of those guys who got into the Bitcoin. I actually sold my Bitcoins all when it goes into $50,000. You
Okay.
know, so I made
Nice one.
a good bunch of money. Thank you, Dr. Adam Back. But it doesn't mean that I don't have a right to talk about the Bitcoin. It's just how it is. Like, hey, if there are a lot of rumors, there were a lot of questions online. People reach out, and they were all, hey, who is Satoshi Nakamoto? And then you have to have evidence to find out. That you have to have a significant evidence that shows. And I remember that a lot of people says, "Hey, we need to have someone who is expert in this." And well, I'm expert of the malware, and then I know if this
How
seven
to search for the
work
fingerprints.
in Dell. My daily job was to create a signature that it can uh, block other malwares. Like, let's say you guys are hacker and
Mhm,
creating a malware, and you made it 100 of malware, and you
mhm,
add more features. The way that anti-malwares and antiviruses works, that they looking for the 100 unique bytes instead
okay,
of all those 1,000 variants of your file, so you can catch them with the 100 bytes,
okay.
all of those. So this is the
That's
basic
And what you can
technology.
catch, it's the PC that compiled the malware.
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
So the one thing is, like, a lot of people don't know about the old languages like Visual C++ and
Mhm,
Visual Basic or Visual.net. When you compile a executable file, it will generate, it will take some of the information from your PC
mhm,
and save it into the executable file.
mhm,
So the executable file has some uh, 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 files, like where was the path was located, where was the machine,
mhm.
what machine CPU was designed. These are
Okay.
has been solved in the new version of them. But at the time the Bitcoin design,
Mhm,
it was 2007, or let's say 2006 to 2007. And at the time, that's the Visual C++, that when you compile an executable file with the Visual C++, it actually generates evidence of your computer, your data from your computer. And I think that was the main reason when the first Bitcoin has been released,
mhm.
the person who designed it, the first version, they only get you the C files. It wasn't the
Okay,
project, it wasn't the executable, and then file did not even compile on the Visual C++.
okay,
It compiled in the Linux with the GCC.
okay. But let me stop you for a second. Why do you think that? Why do you think that is? So you were obviously, you think that was done on purpose, right? So you think that at that time somebody was already trying to hide their identity, right? Like, did they think about that? Do you think that they thought about that the problem, let's say, not the problem but feature of signatures, right? Do you think they already envisioned that? Okay, look, if I create and deploy and give away the executable, then people can maybe find who I am through my signature. Do you think they already thought
Yes,
about it? Okay.
yes, especially
Are you sorry to interrupt? Are you talking in this specific case, Rakesh?
Yes, I'm talking about in this specific case.
yes,
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 and
yes.
it
Okay.
does make sense for some reason. I'm telling you what is this. So
Okay.
when I was work for Dell, they we had a team of people who were working on patents,
Okay.
and the company offered me to work on a certain patent, and then I have friends who were working on a certain patent. However, they force you to sign a paper that is basically your personal work is going to be part of the company's asset.
Okay.
So if you work on something that is personal, other than whatever you do,
Mm-hmm.
the company can go to the court and as like and take a and then it take your job. Like, let's say Dr. Back was at the time Dr. Back was working for Microsoft,
Okay.
okay, and he has patents too. So
Okay.
he probably signed those papers with the Microsoft. I'm not sure. This is between Dr. Adam Back and
The
Microsoft.
company, of course. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but majority, like 99.9%, people who have a patent, they'll, especially for, like, I know these big companies, Microsoft, Dell, Google, Facebook, they always want to own everything that you put as a patent, because it's a face of the company. They put your
Of course.
name on the face of the company. So that's
Hmm.
obviously
Yes,
one
it's a
thing.
payment. Yes, of
So,
course.
so if Dr. Adam Back says, "Hey, I designed this Bitcoin,"
Mm.
Microsoft will say, "Hey, you
We
you
designed
already
Bitcoin. You
designed."
mean we
Yes,
designed it?
That's
yes. You
ours.
mean So they're gonna going after him.
Okay.
It's gonna be legal issue, and not this guy. He received $200 million from probably more. I think right now it's about $400 million investment from this investment. So
Yeah.
he would be in the trouble, like financial wise, and I understand that. But this is not how world works. I wouldn't be care about that he's investors or. I wanted to everyone knows that, hey, who designed it, why he designed it, and what is designed for, what we're getting from the Bitcoin at this moment. And this is the important, and I think everyone has the rights to know about the founder. And
By the way, just going a little back here, I think
Sure.
we didn't told this
Properly
to our
introduced.
listeners
Yeah,
from the beginning. What Nime is claiming here is that Adam Beck, the guy from the Blockstream, is actually Satoshi Nakamoto. You write about it, I believe, a few years ago already,
Mhm.
and it didn't have a proper coverage. So we are trying to give a place where Nima can speak. By the way, we can go there. We are talking on us before we start recording, and you say it's just that. Why do you think nobody reached you to cover this already?
no, it's not about they didn't reach me. It's about I reached them and they never published it. That's the
What
thing.
is worst?
I was, yeah, which is worst. And I'm hacker, so I'm gonna reveal this something and I've done that I wanted to who actually read this.
Yes.
I put a link inside the every email that I sent to these guys. Okay,
Mhm.
so if they open it, it will load a bug. It's called internet bug.
Okay.
Even if the emails goes to the email address in there, especially if they use iPhone and Android, it will automatically load that link. So I can make sure that the link has been sent. I can sure that the link has been read.
Okay.
And Fox News, CNBC, the Ars Technica, the even the Gavin Andresen,
Mhm.
every big and news, Washington Post,
Mhm.
and I provide a list of that. All of these people actually read my article.
Okay.
The guy who interviewed Adam Back, Patrick Bet David.
Patrick Betty. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he actually reached out. He says, "No, we can't cover it, son." And I was like, "What the fuck, bro?"
yeah. It's
But
very
hey,
strange.
Nima,
But
for
what? Okay.
fairness, like there was some people contesting your paper, right? Some people say like, hey, you cannot actually draw these conclusions from, well, the way you did, or
Yeah.
But
what do you say to these people? Do you think
but
this is fair criticism, or is it that they don't understand how you were saying software is compiled and all these like fingerprints that are left in the executables?
No, I
can I
think.
just make an addition? Sorry, Nima, because because it goes with what Kiko is saying. Maybe can you explain maybe to the people that are like not tech savvy at all, like the process of a fingerprint being created, and like how do you think you could connect that with Adam Beck's computer, right? How do you
Yeah.
make that connection as well? Maybe that will help.
I will explain it one by one. So,
Hmm.
antiviruses, they are looking for to get 100 bytes from the virus. Let's say I'm a Norton and Kaspersky, and I want to block a sample. Okay,
Hmm.
I will go and find a unique 100 bytes inside the executable file, and then I create it as a signature.
Hmm.
Okay,
Sure.
and then when hacker later create a new version of that, since then I have that one, I can find out, hey, this is the guy. So this is the sample made from this computer. So
Hmm.
okay, this is how the antiviruses works. And the reason you can find it on Google, because these are heavily patented by companies.
Of
Very
course.
few people access to that. I was one
Okay.
of the people have access to engine of the Dell security because that's what my job, and I know how it works. Okay,
Sure.
so
Yeah, yeah.
my research is based on my experience, that how you can go and find a, 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 a unique 100 bytes inside the
So
executable file, and that's how we can find a file that's similar to that file and is compiled with the same computer. This is
So
how.
you can say for 100% sure that the
Yes.
last version of Ashcash that was made by Adam Beck
Yes.
have the same signature of the
Yes.
first version of Bitcoin.
Yes.
That's your conclusion.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's still like a possibility that Satoshi asked Adam Back to compile it. Let's say Adam Back had a air gapped system that Satoshi didn't, right?
Mhm. But however, there's one other thing. You know, they said about the. Did you see the video that I post about? So the good thing is everybody say, hey, where are those emails? You know, everybody talk about that. Hey, like uh,
Okay.
the emails that Satoshi sent it to Adam back. Okay,
Sure.
where are all
Sure.
those emails? And then if you used the website archive.com, and if you go back to the history of the archive.com, you will find out that when the account has been created.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if the Satoshi access to the account that the bitcoin.org, because he says that this when was the domain was,
Mm-hmm.
and then he shared on the SourceForge. If you check on the SourceForge, you actually see the time of the development, then the time that the Adam Back says that I received the email, it actually never happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he was just honest. It's like, hey, it was like, hey,
They
I
never
told
happened.
you. Yeah. And then one other thing is important, and that's why Dr. Adam Back admitted. Dr. Adam Back, he's a technical guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I saw his work and I saw his patents, and he is not expert on Visual C++. He
Okay.
didn't really code on Visual C++. But in fact, when he coded, he used the GCC. And if you look at his comments, he was saying that I'm a Linux user, which is that shows that he himself compiled it because he's a Linux user. I use GCC.
Okay.
The every other programmer and software security expert that know who are Visual C++ expert, they are Windows expert. And even in
Mm-hmm.
fact, he was compiling those on Visual C++. He would say, hey, uh, this is the Adam Back computer. And now he did it with the GCC. He makes it so rare. He makes it so rare that it's almost impossible that you can find the same file compiled with the same computer, you know, and if you guys access to the Virus Total, I don't know if you know it. This is where I took all the samples.
Okay.
And yes, and you can run the codes and see like how many of these GCC uh, executable files out there. There are not a lot.
Okay.
They're
So
very few.
so basically that it leads you to think that is another very strong indication that it was definitely the same person, because like only that person specifically used that combination as well. Not only there is the signature, but also there is this proof of a combination that is not common for people to use, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and not even that. Like we're talking about the evidence. Okay, this is the evidence. But things happens to me personally.
Hmm.
It's just blow my mind. So
Can you talk about a bit? Yeah, sure.
I was I was living I'm living in Texas. Okay, so I have a company which is not related to Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and then I went to this event in Texas, and it's from Dropper House, and Tim Dropper, the founder of the company. Um, he bought the $19 million Bitcoin from FBI when FBI sold this.
Yes.
Okay, for $19 million, and then this is go back to when I think that happens when the
2013, 2014.
Yeah, something like that.
Silk Road, right?
And we I wasn't looking for to get funds, but I was trying to like just build a relationship, and they stopped messaging me until they find out I released the paper. It was about Bitcoin. I don't know. And then there was another video of him. He was like, why people in Malta on Gibra, like somehow you talk about Malta and you spend $19 million. Like just for a second, think
So,
about this. Like you would spend $19 million when you don't know like who to
so
actually
you
pay back.
believe that you trying to uncover who Satoshi is, or that people that think that if you undercover who Satoshi is bad for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We can go there in a bit. Before that, I have saw your content, and beside the fact that you make the point that the Hashcash and Bitcoin are compiled on the same PC, we have some other points like the Wikipedia of Adam Beck. Can you talk a little more about it?
Yeah. I remember when. So one thing is very, if you read Adam Back's history,
Mm-hmm.
Wikipedia history, you see that his definition of himself is about. He seems like Satoshi Nakamoto, you
Okay.
know. He's and then the matter of fact that he was removed everything that it was written
He,
before.
and he also was the one writing his own
Yes.
Wikipedia page.
Wikipedia page. Yep.
Yeah. You can create a fake account, and I think at some point he messed it up and he put his name
Yep.
and then you can see that this man, he obsessed. Dr. Adam Back. I really studied Dr. Adam Back. Dr. Adam Back obsessed, but it's like, hey, this is what I want to be. Like, come on, you're a grown man. Don't be like that.
He wrote
That's
himself as a crypto anarchist.
yeah, crypto anarchist. Gotta be kidding me. Again,
So
I'm
yeah.
myself pro cryptocurrency. I'm myself pro everything made by community, and I served community the
Mhm.
past 20 years of my work.
But yeah, before you were kind of saying that you went to Bitcoin and then you kind of moved away from it, right? Can you
Yeah, I moved
talk
away
more
from
about
it
that?
because the bit I received. You know when that I sold my Bitcoin, when I received the email from the uh, what's the name of this very well known cryptocurrency company that they
Coinbase?
yeah, Coinbase reach out to me and they asked me to sign a paper to sign a legislation in US. So they wanted to work with the US government or the US House of Representatives
Uh-huh.
to pass a bill. I was like, bro, we supposed to be non-government, Again, I don't have any problem with the governments, but I think when you market something that you say, hey, uh, this is
I'm a
something
crypto
that no one
anarchist.
has power to it,
Sure.
it's to me it's stupid that you ask your users to sign a petition and ask for the US Congress and US representative to do that. I mean, I'm myself in pro politics, I like to be involved in the politics, and then I really work for the U.S. District, U.S. Representative in District of Texas.
Mhm.
But I think it's just stupid that to ask regular people to help them. Hey, we're gonna sell you a Bitcoin that is no one has a power, and then you ask them, hey, can we just sign the legislation so we can make some profit off of it? To me, it's just so stupid. So
It
at
was
that moment, I sold my Bitcoin on $50,000.
It was a good move, man. It was a very
Yeah,
good
it was
move
a good
anyway.
move.
So
Yeah,
congrats on that.
well
Thank
played.
you.
so. Going back to previous topic now, why do you think people don't want to know who Satoshi is?
Why people wants to know
Don't want
Don't want to
to.
know.
or don't want to? Well, it
Yeah.
has a profit.
Well, actually, they're both sides. There
It's
are
a
people
you
that
mean a
want to
prophet
know.
like in a religion, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, exactly. It's
But
like
wait. But Okay, I'm gonna give a very straightforward example, like Richard Hart and X, right? He has the same effect. Like everybody knows he's the founder. He still have the religion effect. Like people follow him wherever he goes, right? So,
Yeah.
do you think that people knowing that Satoshi is Adam Beck would stop that prophecy effect?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I
No,
agree
but
with
I
you.
Because
think I think
you know
it
why?
got kind of built
Be-
into the Bitcoin narrative, right?
yes,
That
it's
that Satoshi is unknown, right? And
yeah.
that is a good thing. And you, well, okay, I get it. Yeah.
But one thing is coming back to our society and human beings. Human beings love to make icons. Social media love to make icons. You know, look at that guy, like Gary V or Patrick David. We made them like so. And Patrick David is good guy, you know.
Sure.
But Gary V or there's the other one, the one that who is accused by rape. What's his name?
No
Tate.
idea.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew, Andrew
Yeah,
Tate.
the Tate guy.
Like
Yeah. Andrew
this,
Tate. Yeah,
you know, we social media make these guys go big. You know,
sure.
they were not really believing themselves. You know, so that's how it is. That's how it is. Bitcoin, Andrew Tate. They just make, and then people love to listen to these stories. That's
Okay.
just this human being. And you look at all the social media like TikTok and Instagram, and you see people who's like, "Hey, a story time. What's a story time?" People love to listen to a story, and this is the story.
So basically, you think it's about the narrative power, right? It's about the fact there is a narrative behind the mystical persona that nobody knows who he is, and that
Hmm.
created this for the sake of the human race, etc., right? And you
Yeah,
think that's just entirely bullshit. I agree with you. I think that's just entirely bullshit. It makes no sense. But I think it's a powerful concept, right? It's a powerful concept for some people to, believe in this story. Let's say. Although I agree, right? At the end of the day, Satoshi is Adam Beck, who cares? Like it's the same protocol, it's the same thing, right? It
yeah,
doesn't really matter, right? Maybe for him matters, maybe because what you said, right? Because he had a connection with Microsoft, maybe like that could be a problem for the guy
Yeah,
who like who
or even
invented,
for
right?
Blockstream, right? Like,
yeah. For I think more for Blockstream,
yeah.
Okay, but
more for
okay, more
Blockstream.
for
But let's say for the sake of argument that Adam Back is not Satoshi, and that Satoshi is actually some guy, right? That
Mhm.
invented Bitcoin, and he mined 1 million. He never touched them, and he open sourced the whole thing. He didn't apparently profit from it. If it is not Adam Back or someone else. Um, so let's say for the sake of this argument, would you still want to find out who he is, since he's like supposedly a nice guy who gave us all this tech and revolutionized economy and the world, creating scarcity on the internet, which apparently was impossible, right? So would you still want on that scenario to expose him, knowing that I understand that you would want to know who he was, but maybe would you respect the fact that he wanted to remain anonymous?
That's a challenging question
fuck
because
that. Sorry.
because no, no, it's the world doesn't work that way. You know,
Exactly, exactly.
uh, I'm CEO of a company, and then I have responsibility for the users, and I make profit of something. And the world doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what your user wants. And believe it or not, whatever he invented, it's a hand of people right now that's silencing other people. They're bullying other people, and I got banned almost everywhere. I got banned on Twitter. I got banned on
Yeah,
Reddit. You
yeah,
know,
I can
But
see
don't you
so
think?
the
But
full
that
force of
yeah,
that
Bitcoin,
does.
like maxi,
But is it the maxi? Is it
censorship.
look? But to Kiko, is that the maxi censorship? Because I don't see
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happening
yeah.
to other people. Like, wait. I don't see that happening to Roger Ver, to Craig Wright, to a bunch of people who are against Bitcoin. But this is a different
No,
subject. This
man,
is
but
not. Let me
look,
finish.
look,
This is
look.
not
Yeah,
against, right? This is showing probably something that uh, there can be loads of interests around this that
yeah.
I don't know of, right? That kind of that at least to me it's very weird. Somebody who just like publishes some information gets banned. That's weird, right? At least for me, that's immediately a red flag.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
immediate
yeah, yeah.
red flag. So the thing
Obviously.
is, the Reddit channel, the Bitcoin Reddit channel, they reach out to me and then they said the argument, and I was like, okay. So and they said the same thing. It doesn't matter who is uh,
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Satoshi Nakamoto, and this is independent. I was like, well, if it's not matter,
Why
just
don't you
why
say?
you
Yeah,
No,
don't let
exactly.
other people into knows.
but
Yeah,
that's what I meant. It's like Bitcoin, like the main Bitcoin channels, like the Reddit channel and IRC and even other
Yeah,
channels have been completely blocked and
taken
since
over.
yeah,
the blockchain the block size wars, right? Like
Sure.
yeah,
all the censorship started there. So I can see that like your paper would be completely canceled by the maxis, like
yeah.
it's what they do, right? Like all the time they just
Mhm.
reject anything that kind of goes against them, whatever,
Yeah.
even if it's true, right? Like and as you were saying, like I also moved away kind of from Bitcoin into
Mhm.
Monero more, right?
Yeah.
Because of some of the things you were saying, and this was one of them. Like this cancel culture in Bitcoin is a thing, unfortunately, especially on the maxi side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something,
That's
Nima.
really a sad reality that there is exists today.
You said something that piqued my interest, which is you like you said something that mm, regarding like if people know that Satoshi is Adam Beck, then that could also jeopardize something about Blockstream. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Why? One is why do you say that, and second, like an unrelated question but still related. What is your vision of Blockstream of the company? Do you like Blockstream? Do you think they have the good intentions? Let's say.
For the first question that you
Uh-huh.
asked, it comes back to the money that they received.
Okay.
And I think if this evidence, this significant evidence go out and Microsoft team, again, this is my understanding as someone who's been in the tech industry, worked for the Dell company for 7 years. I think if Adam Back signed a agreement between Microsoft when
Uh-huh.
he was releasing the his patent for Microsoft, okay, then he start his own company, Blockstream. Now he received $200 million,
Yeah.
okay, from
Exactly.
the people. Then
Yes.
it would be a fight between the Microsoft patent
Yeah.
protection team with those 200 million guys for those companies that who spent 200 million guys
I see.
to Blockstream. So that's kind of there, which is could cause the problem. And if I was me, if I was doing it, which is I won't, but if it was my turn, I wouldn't do that. So I
Okay.
kind of understand why Dr. Back doesn't want to
So
be
what
Yeah,
you're
and
saying is that this, if that was confirmed, then it might ruin Blockstream's reputation among
legal
VCs.
challenges. It would be legal challenges, and these big companies, they're waiting for that moment. They're waiting for that moment. Like imagine Microsoft can say, hey, now I'm owned 40%, 50% of the
Blockstream.
Blockstream.
Oof.
Yeah, this is like, oof,
That would be
400
interesting.
million dollars. I
yeah,
don't
and
know how much they make Blockstream make right now, but I think they make a lot of money,
but
and with the
I
400
think
million dollars.
whoever Satoshi was, they would always have an incentive to try and be anonymous in the beginning, at least, because now it's like we live in a world in which Bitcoin is kind of okay, but
Mhm.
back then creating money is a felony, right? Like
It
you're not
was.
supposed to compete with the government,
It,
right?
it just give you
So
an
whoever
example.
Satoshi was, I think they would have a strong incentive to
Just give you
stay
an
anonymous.
example. Go back to 2003 and 2008 when the leader of the other companies, they said, hey, we're gonna sell money, we're gonna sell oil on a different currency than dollars. The country got fucked, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can't do
And
that.
again, I'm just wanted to tell this. I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying
Sure.
that it was the right thing to do or it was a bad thing to do, but I'm just saying that I understand why Dr. Bach wants to be anonymous.
Sure.
And he even says that in one of this email that he he went to Switzerland, and he was started a mailer, and then government say, hey, shut off the mailer or we shut you down. And I think that kind of cost them is like, hey, I kind of scared of government,
Okay.
which is I understand.
I mean, so and wait. What about the second question? I'm curious. So what do you think about Blockstream, and what do you think about their intentions?
Uh, their intention. To be honest, I haven't really looked up Blockstream
Okay.
as a company and what they're doing. I look it up, and they're doing some satellite thing, I think,
Hmm.
or the Bitcoin, and they're helping the poor countries to get access to the cryptocurrency. I think that's what their intention is.
Yeah, access
I
to
know.
blockchain, and they're creating mining
Yeah,
infrastructure.
yeah. And then one thing is, like I'm originally from Iran. I'm a U.S. citizen right now, but I'm born and grew up in Iran.
Okay.
And I know in Iran, a lot of underground money is coming to Bitcoin, and to me is it's not good, because this could be money from the drug, this could be
Hmm.
money from the terrorist group that they killing other people. Just not, I don't think it's right.
Mhm.
And I am myself seeing this, that like, can you it kind of surprising. Do You won't believe this, Tehran, capital of Iran, it has the most millionaire in the world.
Really, really,
Yes,
I had
yes.
no idea. I had no idea.
It's just crazy, because a
It
lot
is
of
crazy.
people,
Yeah.
a lot of people in Tehran, they, like, they have Bitcoin farm, things like that, and then
Yeah, they
they
mine a lot.
washing their land money laundering from the Dubai and Turkey, and or other countries in Turkmenistan, or other countries that they really um, let them, like, they have dual citizenship. They start a company in Dubai or Turkey or Turkmenistan, and then washing machine, the land, they start washing laundering money,
so
and
so
Referring
you
to that,
right.
I'm actually curious about that. Give me a second, because this is, at least it's a topic that we don't, that like right now we don't discuss that much. And when it's discussed, it's usually like, oh yeah, Bitcoin is like less than 1% is like money from drugs or whatever, so we don't care about it. But you have a different opinion on that.
Uh,
You think my question is, you think there's more money from, like, illegal means that comes into Bitcoin than what people, like, like to admit?
yeah, I think it's coming more
Okay,
illegal money to the Bitcoin
interesting. Okay.
than legal money.
Yeah,
So
that's
Even
not a very
even
common opinion. Sorry.
I
That's
mean,
so.
I'll have the
Go ahead.
same
Go.
opinion, because I
Okay.
believe the systems that are being used to test that kind of thing,
Hmm.
they are still. I mean, they only test for crimes that have been detected,
yeah,
so they don't detect crimes being committed and still ongoing on the network.
yeah,
So I have the same opinion. Like, there's a lot more um, crime, or a lot more money laundering going on using Bitcoin and even Tether and other crypto than what we are being told by the chain analysis
yeah.
companies.
Let's just put it that way. Before Bitcoin and before cryptocurrency, people used to washing machine with the gold, with
Hmm.
the cash,
Sure.
okay, which is almost impossible to track.
Hmm.
Okay,
Sure.
now they introduced cryptocurrency, and they market it as something that no one can be tracked. It's anonymous, okay? And those people who are, I don't know, drug dealers, narcos,
Yep.
the hitman people who are going to take their money, they don't know shit about the technology. That's why they're doing that shit. If they were smart, they were like legitimate guys. They're using this, and it's for government agency. Again, I respect government agency. They want to track them, and this is the way that they track them, so it's for beneficial for them. Again, I think it's good that we are able to block bad guys. So,
But
and
I think it's good because it works both ways, right? Like
it
imagine
works both ways.
it
Yes.
works both ways. So imagine if even if a public agency somehow is using Bitcoin, right? Imagine
Mhm.
they receive Bitcoin from for taxes, right? And
Yeah.
at some point they actually want to use it instead of just selling for dollars, right? They want to use it
Yeah.
somehow. You can track that shit. If it goes for something illegal or something
Yeah.
shady, you'll be able to track it. So it's good for everybody, I think.
I think it's good that it's transparent.
Sure, exactly. That's my point.
Depends on the cryptocurrency. By the way,
Of course. Sure,
talking
mom.
about that, what is your opinion, personal opinion, on the invention of the cryptocurrencies? It was a good thing or a bad thing?
I think I'm pro crypto.
Okay.
Yes, I
Fantastic.
think it's good that humans are creating a technology that is made by community. But the question is, what community? That's important. Community of elites or community of us? If they add something to Bitcoin that let everyone, not that some everyone who owns Bitcoin vote and take a decision of Bitcoin, that would be excellent.
Would you
So
like to see on-chain voting with Bitcoin
who do
somehow?
I look?
Like if you would like to see on-chain voting, right? So people voting on-chain with their Bitcoin somehow, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they do with in the DAO, right? With tokens in the DAO, they vote, right? Would you like
yeah,
to see
yeah,
that in Bitcoin? Okay, that's cool.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I think that would be really. And I might buy more Bitcoin.
Okay,
So I think we're gonna thank Dr. Adam Beck for inventing Bitcoin,
Thank you,
exactly.
and
Dr. Beck.
no, thank you for
Thank you,
inventing
Adam.
Blockstream.
Yeah.
And regarding that, what is your opinion regarding the intent, the not intentions? I'm missing the word. The aspect of the conflict of interests between Blockstream and the
Yes.
roadmap of Bitcoin.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
just to be a little
Yes.
bit more specific, Maman, just because Blockstream has products like Liquid, like Lightning Network, that improve somehow Bitcoin, but not directly on the chain, right? It's not like we increase the block size, so
Yeah.
now there are more transactions, right? So it's different types of improvements where it's a like a chain that's not the main chain, right? It's a side chain, so it means that's or a payment channel like Lightning Network. So it means that the money doesn't go directly to the Bitcoin miners, right? To the Bitcoin participants.
Yes.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
just wanted to clarify the potential conflict of interest that there is.
Yeah. That's. I think that's the only potential of conflict of interest, and you're absolutely right.
Okay, but does it concern you, or do you think it's like it's going to be okay at the end of the day?
No, I don't own bitcoins anymore. That's
Okay,
not
okay,
not
it's a good
concern
point.
me
It's a good point.
anymore.
Okay,
But I
do
think
you? Yeah.
it's not good. I'm not sure if you follow the Gavin Andresen.
Sure.
Gavin Andresen actually wrote about because Blockstream hired 90% of or 75% of all those
Developers. Yeah.
Bitcoin developers, and that's how he
Is
changed
Gavin
the
still writing recently?
who.
Is
Gavin.
Gavin still writing recently?
I'm not on Twitter. I got blocked on Twitter. I don't know.
Ah, so what you're saying is on Twitter. Okay.
He was on Twitter. He was.
Yep.
He was. I think I shared it on my article, but I think that's from old statement of Gavin Anderson. By the way, Gavin Anderson read my article,
Did
and
he ever reply?
no, he actually unsubscribed.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
too bad.
No, I subscribe him into my mailing list, and I noticed he unsubscribed at 5:50 a.m.
Okay.
I can track him. Hey, that's how it is,
It
Don't come to
is.
my land, bro.
So,
It's
since
mine.
you are out of Bitcoin now, what other crypto projects do you follow or do you like at the
Well, do you
moment?
have any other crypto,
Um,
by the way, besides
Yeah.
Bitcoin, or you
I
sold
do. I
everything?
do have other cryptos. I have Ethereum,
Nice,
and I have ICP, which is absolute dead right now.
nice. Well
And
done. You're a
at
degen.
some point I had some. At some point I had um, Monroe as well, but I sold it
I do
once.
not know what that is.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good sign.
yeah.
So
But I really lost on ICP, which is it's horrible. Yeah.
Man, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose.
Yes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's how it is.
Rikles,
So
were saying something. Sorry.
you were talking about well, who read and who subscribed to your article. I believe you actually
No,
have the
not the article. I just wanted to clarify.
okay,
I subscribed his email address to the mailing list that I sent with the link that I can track him,
okay,
And
track
got
his
it.
and subscribe.
activity,
Yeah.
and he unsubscribed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good for him, I guess. Then,
Yeah.
so he doesn't get tracked. Uh, on your articles, I think you did get an answer from Adam Beck himself.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was. Do you give any credence to what he said, or it didn't make much sense?
Um,
What was your sense on what he said?
I think he wants to say my understanding about his message, and I'm sure that he's watching right now. So it's a direct talk to direct him. He's hello Adam. So I think one thing is really make me feel that he thinks that he's a boss, and now he had the block stream, and he kind of says that, hey, the gays will get you. Like, bro, I'm in the cybersecurity for more than 20 years. When I was developing software, you were nowhere in the community, you know. And then in fact I started work for Dell, and then and shut my mouth and didn't got quiet, and I work under the Dell, and I released over 150 papers, but no one knows that it was me, you know. Company doesn't want to put my name out there because whatever. But when he says that, hey, like I'm the boss, and I'm right now controlling Bitcoin, and I'm gaze you. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You're not that much powerful, you know? And I think it's kind of cocky that you feel that you have so much power to somebody else, and the world doesn't work that way, you know? And I get that there are a lot of big guys are behind him, and then they give so much power, but I think it's kind of up to us to shape the future of the technology. We are the people who making technology, and I think it's on us to understand what power that we need to get to who, and that's important.
Nice.
That's a good answer, man.
Yeah.
It's poetic.
Yes, that's just uh,
So,
more
beside
point.
crypto, I think we already covered who Satoshi is, and I'm for sure everyone have a strong opinion that is Adam Beck. By the way, you guys, you believe on the Nima's claims, or you are skeptic still? Ricardo?
Um, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's him. I don't know if I'm 100% sold that it's him, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, to me, other than I guess signing or something, the coins that he has, I would not 100% say that it's him. That's all. But I wouldn't be surprised, and it
Yeah,
really
it's a
doesn't make
pretty,
much of a difference to me.
it's a
Yeah.
pretty good
Candidate.
candidate,
Yeah, it's
Candidate,
a really
yeah.
good candidate,
even
obviously.
Yeah,
even
I
without
think
Nima's article.
I think if it's not him, he's among the group that represents Satoshi. Maybe Satoshi is not one person,
Oh,
right?
it could be a group. You
Yeah,
have
it could
opinion
be
on that, Nima?
him and
I will share.
maybe
Let them
Hal
talk.
Finney and a couple more.
So the one thing about there is one guy. His name is Paul Snow. He lives in Texas,
Okay.
and he's also his expertise a university PhD professor,
Okay.
and his expertise on decompilers too. I went to his podcast. He has a podcast in Texas, and
Okay.
he used to be mm, managing the Bitcoin conference in Texas.
Okay.
Okay, and then he actually met Adam Back himself.
Okay.
He emailed me. I have the email. I can send a copy of that to you guys. He says that I believe that you're right.
Oh,
That's
that's
him.
awesome, man.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any change to the Bitcoin. I was like,
Of course.
Paul, that's not
My
the
point.
thing. I don't care that who's controlling the Bitcoin right now.
Sure.
I'm saying it if you believe it's him and you saw my research and you're the expert
Hmm.
and you emailed me that you're right. I think you have the voice to say it,
Exactly.
and he's
Sure.
not responding. It's like,
Damn it.
yeah, I have a Bitcoin. I want to go Bitcoin to go 5 million. I don't know, 1
But
million.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
It's
wait.
good. Who
But
who will stop you?
but that's even my point, right? Like, which is, I have an argument that goes something like, if people know Satoshi is, that's much better. Like, it will be in the long term, it's going to be much better. Honestly,
I,
it's
I
not going to be
think
worse.
I think it would be better if,
Obviously.
but as I said, I don't think will happen ever
Sure.
because
But
of the legal reason.
sure, but I don't think that we need a confirmation from the person, right? Like, imagine. I read your article. I obviously don't have, expertise in cybersecurity, but what you wrote, it made sense, and the proof that you provided, it made sense as well, right? I could verify the proof. I could verify. Look, these are the same signature, right? Like,
Yeah,
I could verify that because it was there, right? I can
it
verify
was.
that. Like, the only question I could have is like the person who created the person who concluded this, so in this case it was Nima, like, did he reach his conclusion like fairly, right? But I did never see any other, like, cybersecurity experts like pointing out to the obvious issue, right? Because if there was one, like, somebody would point it out. It's obvious, right? Like, and it never happened. So that's what leads me to believe that, one, obviously you are right, and
Yeah,
and
not
yeah,
even that. Let me tell you
sure,
something. I'm really well connected to every cybersecurity expert in the world.
sure.
I mean, you saw my LinkedIn.
Hmm.
I almost have a picture with all of those big guys. I represented. I know them in person. These motherfuckers blocked me on LinkedIn. Like, what the fuck? This guy HD Moore, he used to be working on Metasploit, and he sold it to Rapid 7. Okay, he blocked me on LinkedIn. The two other CEO of the company, when I sent the link to them, they blocked me. Like, what the fuck? Like,
So,
why I'm getting all this hate for?
would you say that it was bad for you trying to expose who Satoshi is on your
Uh,
personal level? It
no,
it blocked
no.
you
Adam back
some.
himself. Adam back himself is to say, gays will get you. So, gays will get me. Are you kidding me?
Uh, Also,
Would you
regarding
Get
would you
me.
consider releasing your paper anonymously now?
Would I
if
would
you could go back.
If you could go back in time,
If you
okay.
could go back in
no,
time, knowing
no,
that everyone would block you, would you
no.
consider
I
being?
don't care.
Yeah,
No,
this
I would
kind of
be.
trick
Then
question
Adam
here.
Beck will come and
Remember,
will undercover
You'll
Nima.
gaze upon you, okay? You
I
should
know.
be
I
careful.
gazed Adam back. I think I pissed them off. He's pissed.
But
He's
that's my point. Like,
laser eyes on you now.
no,
Yeah,
but my point is,
doesn't have any power on my life. That's I can tell you.
like one of the reasons that leads me to think that, like, if I were Satoshi and I couldn't say that I'm Satoshi, that would piss me off so much, because I created, like, for many people, the greatest invention of all time, and I cannot brag, right? I have to stay quiet and shut, and, like, that would kill me internally. Honestly, it would kill me internally. I would,
Yeah,
like, at some point I would get pissed. Like, I think that is, like, if like, I'm assuming, like, Adam Beck being Satoshi, I would appreciate if you did something like that, honestly, because I wanted people to know it was me. I
yeah,
wanted people to know that it was me.
yeah.
That's my point.
And I think if you've been in the community, I don't think in terms of development, Dr. Adam Back has ever had any significant uh, work that it was like, wow, people using it. He never had it, and I think he's just a guy. He's a nerd. He's just sitting at his own computer lab, and he wants to do one thing. I kind of find that his life is so fucking boring. If I was really wanted to invent Bitcoin, like I was on the news before. It's and I think it's good that people reach out to you and give you compliment about what you're doing
Sure.
regarding now as a CEO of the company, but even before. So it's good that people appreciated your work and you get positive feedbacks. And imagine you done something. I would give him a credit to his knowledge and his capability to create such a interesting job, but I will discredit him that wants to be, you know, anonymous and uh, using his own Bitcoin dogs to attack me or block me. I got blocked in Bitcoin Talk. I got blocked on all,
Every place.
not even one,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Bitcoin Reddit pages. Somehow Satoshi
Even
Hunter
on
got blocked
BTC
on
one,
everything.
even on
I don't understand.
Reddit BTC.
Yes,
Yeah, of
There's,
course. That's the
I would
worst
say
place.
that they could
that's
be
the worst.
more open to
Reddit
that.
is sucks, to be honest.
Uh,
Reddit is okay, but the Bitcoin channel got
Yeah, the Bitcoin
hijacked.
channels. Yeah.
Regarding
Yeah,
undercovering Satoshi, just want to give my opinion. I think could be okay or actually good to Bitcoin project to know who Satoshi is,
I agree.
because nowadays people look at Satoshi and like a messiah and sow whatever they want to sow. They nitpick what they
Exactly.
want to reach and make an assumption based on what
Mhm.
Satoshi said
What
on the
they want to
beginning.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not good, man.
So know the person that made Bitcoin maybe gonna take that power from Satoshi
Exactly.
and make the
Mhm.
project more open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more truthful, man, because he has a human being. He has good things and bad things. He's not perfect. He's not a fucking god,
Nobody
right?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody is. Not Satoshi isn't a god.
Yeah,
That's
and
my point.
that's why you see such a pressure from the community to not unmask or to try
Sure.
even go there, right?
Mhm.
And regarding that, Nima, one question that I didn't ask, I didn't even put in the questions because I didn't consider, but um, you might not have an opinion, of course, but I'm just curious. Do you think there is like any relation, like did like Craig Wright have anything to do with Bitcoin at some point, or like is that like in your opinion, of course, is it just like entirely bullshit, or
Did you
is
reach
there
out
any
to
truth?
him?
Is there any
Eh,
truth to what he's saying?
Okay. The reason that there is a one thing I think I mentioned, and you guys might not pay attention, and that's from it wasn't an article. It was on the
Yep.
video.
Okay.
The it's coming back to Patrick Bet David podcast.
Hmm.
Okay, I think the interview with the David podcast, it was the paid.
Okay.
It was a paid because if you go to this website, you
Hmm.
can actually pay him and
And be
get the
there, of course.
podcast. I
Of course.
think this is again. I don't have anything uh,
Just
Any
guessing,
proof?
yeah.
Okay,
just any
just
proof,
guessing.
but there is one proof that I will tell you about it.
Okay.
Um, the I think Adam Back or maybe even Patrick, or I would say Adam Back or Blockstream. Let's just
Okay.
put it that way. Blockstream paid money
Hmm.
to Pat David. Hey, this is the guys that you need to talk about Bitcoin. The Red Pill project. What's the name of the guy? Max Kaiser.
Max Kaiser, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that guy, that Max Kaiser, who she was saying that, hey, let's just not talk about Satoshi Nakamoto. It's better for them to be. It's the same word as Adam Back says, hey,
yeah.
let's just not talk about it.
Yep.
And obviously, when now Carrick Wright is there and everybody pushed that, hey, this is the guy. So it's more beneficial for Adam Back and Blockstream. So
Hmm.
that way, it's like, hey, it's a Carrick Wright. It's not me.
Yeah.
Again,
Interesting.
this is a theory. But the one thing is, Patrick Bet Davies' brother-in-law, he is running Instagram promotions to every follower. So if you follower of the Pat Davy Instagram, you might receive a comment from
Okay.
him, and he's controlled it. He actually said it, and uh, I again, I was following with my corporate account, so and I start talking Farsi with him because he's speaking Persian too.
Hmm.
And then I noticed that hey, no, this is the real person that is reach out to me. And I
Hmm.
told him until he start until I was asking about this a specific question, he doesn't know me who I am, like what I was doing.
Sure.
He thinks that he's talking a potential customer.
Of
And then when he find out that who I am, he stopped responding. But part of my conversation, again, the conversation is Farsi. So that's why I didn't share, because it's
people don't
a
understand
language.
it, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
People say, "Hey, this is gibberish. We can't read
Sure.
it. Shut the fuck up," But
Sorry, that was funny.
but yeah, but he said it that the Patrick actually receiving money from the companies to promote their businesses, and he has 4 million followers, so obviously it's more beneficial for him to do it. So,
Sure.
and my theory is possibly Adam Back or Blockstream pay Patrick David and told them, hey, bring these guys, pay them $25,000 to $35,000 to let them to go and talk. I was like, hey, I'm the Satoshi Nakamoto. This is the guy. Yeah. What the fuck you want to do?
Basically, just to take the attentions away from them, basically. Okay.
Yeah, basically. And in fact, that I reached out to Pat David, and I think I share it with in my article too, and they said we're not gonna cover it.
Okay.
So.
Oh, maybe I know. We can pay Patrick if it's too heavy one. That's it.
No,
a little fundraiser in Crypto Cafe.
I don't think he
Nima.
wants. Yeah, I don't think he wants. But Pat is a good guy,
Yeah, I like his
he's
shows.
really
I like
good.
his shows, by the way. So he's,
Yeah.
he's a very. I think he sends a very powerful message. At least hard work, effort, invest.
hard work.
That's a very good. It's a good message. I like
we both at the same time. I mean, I'm younger than Patrick, but we both feel that our country wasn't good. We moved. He was younger than me when he moved to America. I was 26 years old when I moved to America, so it's different. He moved earlier, so that's why he's more successful. But watch me.
Exactly. You'll get there for sure.
I'll get him. He made
you're the guy selling Bitcoin at 50K, so yeah, like you're okay.
I have a little bit of money here and there, but
you know what to do. It's fine.
We are already 1 hour into the show.
We are 1 hour.
So I can say that you guys all believe or trying to believe that Adam Back is Satoshi Nakamoto. I will say that Satoshi Nakamoto is Craig Wright for sure. So you guys gonna all get sued, and I'm not. There's something else that you want to ask Nima before we go? Before we ask him was his pizza day? Or just a pizza day?
Yeah, I'm okay. I think we covered it all, or at least most of it, yeah.
Okay, Nima. So tell us, where was your pizza day? This is our normal question for our
traditional
guests.
question for the
pizza? I kind of lost.
First time you spent crypto in something.
Pizza day is like the first time you spend the crypto. Yeah.
To be honest, I kept my Bitcoin on
until you sold it for 50K.
I never spent the Bitcoin on something, and it was on Cold Wallet for some time.
Okay.
Until I find out that I transferred to the one of these chains, so I can get the money back when it's in 50K, and then I got it out all. Yeah.
Okay.
I have
teach
some
us.
other Bitcoins, not coins, but not Bitcoin anymore.
You should create a trading group on Telegram, and you only send one message, which is when you buy and when you sell, and it's like that's it. In 5 years, you send one message. That's it.
Yeah, and to be honest, Pedro, I kind of felt that, hey, this is not going anywhere. It's just only assets that I bought it when it was very cheap, and I sold it when I was 50K. So
perfect. That's the most important utility, at least in my opinion. So it's the price go up. Number go up, you make money, you are happy. So yeah, you can invest in other things, blah blah, do whatever. Doesn't matter. But it's a good thing for everybody.
Yeah, it's an asset that you buy it and leave it there. I didn't find out Bitcoin has a power to like you can go buy something with it. I don't think it ever has. I mean, the network doesn't have the capability until they actually change
one day that will happen.
Yeah.
We are sure of that. Thank you, Nima, for being with us. It was a pleasure. It was a really nice talk, and I think our listeners really enjoy know your your research, you want to leave
Your
some
contacts,
your
yeah, a
contacts.
message.
Yeah, or
I mean,
any
you're
Oh
last
blocked
yes,
everywhere, so
or
yeah,
any
Nima
last
It's your
Nima.tel. That's my contacts.
can you repeat? Sorry.
Nima.tel. That's
Okay,
that you can find my email address, LinkedIn, everything
perfect.
that I have. So
okay. We'll post later the links for the Nima articles,
and do
Mhm.
you
and
want to
you
The
say
can
video.
listen to
something?
this on the
yeah,
podcast
thank you.
also.
Do you want to say something before we go?
Yes, I wanted to thank all of you to cover this, and it just make you guys, all of you are here, and makes great guys because this is what community needs. And I wanted to appreciate all of you to bring that to the table, and I wish people like Adam Back or Bitcoin, uh, uh, channels follow the same strategy. It doesn't matter if it's the guy or not. Just do not block other people's voices. That's not cool.
I agree. That's a
Thank
We
very
you.
agree
powerful
with you,
message,
man.
man.
I
We
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
completely agree. And we
Thank you.
promise we'll invite Dr. Adam back to rebut you, man. Okay, he will be here
Yeah.
someday
It would be
rebutting Nima.
pissed. It would be
And
pissed. Like I have a lot of things against him. Like the Wikipedia, man. The Wikipedia thing is like exposed. Like I talk with evidence, you know. I talk
Exactly,
well,
I,
guys.
I
If
we're
talk
you
I
gonna try
talk
and
on paper, you know. I'm
we're
not
gonna
talking shit.
we're gonna try and get Adam back on the podcast, and then we
He's not
get
gonna
you on the
come, I
podcast
promise.
as well, so
and
So
you
we
you
guys
can
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 just
have a
hash it
one-to-one.
out. Yeah, hash it out and
Exactly.
all be friends afterwards.
the
That's it.
the the legal issues that he's facing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it
We
prevents
get it.
him
to
to
be
be
yeah.
come be face to face. And but if Dr. Adam, if you are there and you're listening to me, you're welcome to have a debate. I challenge you.
That's it. Dr. Adam, please talk with Nima. Thank you guys for listening to us. Don't forget to like the episode and follow us on the usual places.
And share it with your
And
friends.
Yes,
exactly.
thank you.
And see you another day. Bye bye.
Excellent.
Bye bye,
Bye bye.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Okay.